Hello, welcome to European Open Briefing for Wednesday, January the 9th. I'm Rafi Boyajan, currency analyst at xm.com, and we're going to be taking a look at what's happening in the currency markets today. So there's widespread optimism this morning on hopes that the US and China have managed to make good progress in their trade talks, which lasted into third day, but now appears to have concluded, but still no word as to what the outcome was. So the major the biggest boost from that optimism is on oil prices. We can see WTI up by around 1% this morning, extending yesterday's sharp gains, and WTI has now crossed above the $50 a barrel level. That in turn boosted other commodity-linked currencies, particularly the Aussie, the Kiwi, and the Loonie. We can see the Kiwi at the moment up by around 0.5%, the Aussie and the Kiwi, the Aussie and the Loonie up by around 0.2%. The dollar is broadly weaker this morning, though against the yen it is slightly higher at 108.86 at the moment. The euro and the pound also gaining on the back of a weaker US currency, though they're due to domestic concerns. Those two currencies are seeing more constrained gains. Having a look at equities markets, we can see all major indices sharply higher this morning on the back of that trade optimism, as well as another positive close on Wall Street overnight. Looking more closely at the dollar yen now, we can see that pair hasn't managed to break above the 109 level. Perhaps domestic concerns, particularly about President Trump, the US government shutdown, those could be slightly weighing on the US currency, but also, of course, potentially the fact that the Fed is not expected to raise rates as many times as had previously been anticipated. That could also be weighing on the dollar yen pair, even though the yen is broadly weaker this morning. Having a look at the euro and the pound, they are slightly higher this morning, though we are seeing more negative data out of the Eurozone, in particular from Germany. We saw industrial output falling for the third straight month, and the Eurozone Economic Sentiment Index fell to a two-year low from data we saw earlier this week. UK data hasn't been quite so bad, but we've got the ongoing Brexit uncertainty. We've got Parliament starting its debate on Theresa May's Brexit deal starting today. It's still looking likely that it will get voted down, and should that happen, the number of possible scenarios is so many that it's really unclear what would happen if that deal gets voted down, and of course what would happen to sterling as a result of that. Let's now move on to oil prices. We can see WTI back above the $50 a barrel level for the first time since December the 17th. So crossing above that psychologically important level boosted other commodities, and as a result, commodity-linked pairs such as the Canadian dollar, which rose to 5-week high 1.3219 to the US dollar. The Kiwi had come under pressure this week, so it didn't make any fresh highs. It just managed to recoup yesterday's sharp losses. The Aussie, though, did manage to climb to 3-week high. The Loonie, though, will be remaining in focus. We've got the Bank of Canada meeting. That decision is due at 15 hours GMT. So expect on speculation rather that the Bank of Canada possibly won't be quite as dovish as had been priced in by the markets, has been lifting the Loonie, and we could see the Loonie extending its gains if we see the Bank of Canada maintain its expectations of further rate hikes this year. We're also going to see the FOMC minutes due at 19 hours GMT, but given the fact that Fed Chief Jerome Powell will be speaking again tomorrow, the Fed minutes probably won't attract too much attention. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.